here's your wrestling news for April 5th, 2021. And if you like what you're watching, smash that like button and give us 1,000 likes or more. And your headlines for today include why Edge felt really bad for Drew McIntyre and Rhea Ripley, WWE's plans for The Fiend vs. Randy Orton at WrestleMania 37 revealed, latest on Ronda Rousey's current WWE contract, Rey Mysterio trends on Twitter for strange reason, heated locker room video of current WWE superstars is leaked, WWE investors are nervous as company fails to release important annual document, Vince McMahon handpicked released WWE superstar for producer role, Jason Jordan's wife splits after calling him out for cheating, WWE wrestler victim of massive theft, Sami Zayn upset about fans making fun of his Logan Paul segment, Triple H reveals why he turned down AJ Styles' requests for a match, and more. We're kicking off WrestleMania week with news from Edge, who will compete this Sunday in his second WrestleMania since coming out of retirement. Last year, Edge competed in front of nobody when he faced Randy Orton due to the ongoing global situation, and whilst that was bad for him, the rated R superstar felt worse for other superstars. Speaking on the Sports Illustrated podcast, Edge name drops Drew McIntyre and Rhea Ripley as two people he felt bad for after WrestleMania 36, as he explained, "I feel more for a guy like Drew McIntyre, who finally gets to the pinnacle of this thing that he works so hard to get to, and there's nobody there for it. Rhea Ripley, who's in her first WrestleMania and she's wrestling Charlotte and there's nobody there. They've got loads more in front of them, which is amazing, but that had to have been tough." Though Ripley and McIntyre will both be in title matches this year, there's the old saying that you don't get a second chance to make a first impression, and Edge clearly feels that both superstars deserved better in their first major world and women's title matches at WrestleMania. One of the most anticipated matches at this year's show is Bray Wyatt vs. Randy Orton, which was confirmed only recently after The Fiend's return at Fastlane. Now we know what will happen, so if you want to avoid any potential spoilers, we recommend skipping the next minute of this video. According to sources for Sportskeeda, the plan is for The Fiend to completely flatten Orton and get the win, with the Viper getting in zero offense of his own. This wouldn't be the first time we'd see Orton completely squashed, as he got no offense in at Fastlane, where he lost to Alexa Bliss. The report didn't mention the rumored Firefly Funhouse stipulation that's been discussed for the two, and that Funhouse match was reportedly planned for the Royal Rumble before WWE decided to save it for WrestleMania. Of course, that stipulation could be added on tonight's edition of Raw, but fans of the Legend Killer should prepare to be disappointed with how little Orton achieves at WrestleMania this weekend. WrestleMania 37 will be WWE's biggest event in a long time, and the superstars aren't taking any chances. That's according to Dave Meltzer, who's reporting that despite WWE not having specific quarantine rules in place, that some WWE superstars are voluntarily quarantining this week despite not having symptoms. The idea is that nobody wants to test positive and force WWE to change the WrestleMania plans, and we're pleased to see some superstars taking things so seriously. With WrestleMania so close, there's been plenty of talk about the match order for the two-night event, with many sites posting what they claim to be the finished match order. Whilst the show lineup and finishes have been decided, fans won't be seeing them online, as Ringside News is reporting that WWE is keeping the running order a close secret. Their source went on to say that anyone from the media who claims they know the order is a bold-faced liar, so we'll have to just wait until this weekend to find out for sure. This year's WrestleMania will be the first WWE pay-per-view since Elimination Chamber 2020 did not happen in the Performance Center or the Thunderdome, meaning WWE is going all out with the production. Now, new drone footage has emerged of WWE's construction of the WrestleMania stage, and it does include the pirate ship Kevin Owens has been wanting to jump off for over a year. With WrestleMania starting this Saturday, WWE has a few more days to finish building the stage, and we'll have to wait until this weekend to see the Raymond James Stadium in all its Mania glory. Ronda Rousey knows all about headlining WrestleMania, but her days in WWE are coming to an end. According to reports, Rousey's contract with WWE expires this Saturday, April 10th, which will also be night 1 of WrestleMania 37. Though WWE has always insisted that she'd return one day, time has almost completely run out on her re-signing a deal. And with Rousey still hoping to start a family with her husband, the next week will be a very interesting time for the former Raw Women's Champion. One man who probably won't be interacting with Rousey is Matt Cardona, who is more than happy to keep his distance from the former UFC fighter. Throughout his WWE career, Cardona had many highs and lows, and one of his low points was inadvertently caused by Rousey herself. Speaking to Inside the Ropes, Cardona explained how Rousey meticulously prepared every move for every match she had, and that meant WWE producers could know exactly what she was going to do. Cardona continued, "My producer told me I couldn't do a baseball slide to the floor because Ronda Rousey was doing it like 2 hours later on Raw. I can understand if you're saying that I can't put Mike Kanellis through the announce table on main event, okay, I get it. But I can't do a baseball slide? We're talking about a baseball slide here." Whatever the future holds for the former Raw Women's Champion, we doubt it'll involve joining Impact, leaving Cardona free to do as many baseball slides as he wants. After his release last year, Cardona spent some time in AEW before joining Impact Wrestling, and he's hardly the only WWE talent to have gone to AEW. Last week, though, the proverbial forbidden door swung the other way, as Chris Jericho was announced as Stone Cold Steve Austin's next guest on the Broken Skull Sessions, marking Y2J's first WWE appearance in years. Speaking on Wrestling Observer Radio, Dave Meltzer noted that all of WWE's best stars have signed multi-year contracts with the company, meaning it's likely that a lot of current deals will be ending in late 2022. He added, "At that point, there could be some movement. I don't know about the top executive guys. I don't see them going, but you never know. You never know where people's minds are and all that. The other guys, some of those guys, are going to get real big offers." So far, fans have only seen WWE superstars jump to AEW, but if Meltzer is correct, many names from the All Elite company should expect offers too good to refuse by the end of next year. But who would you like to see jump from AEW to WWE? Let us know in the comments. As one of WWE's most popular stars ever, Rey Mysterio is used to trending, but this week, the former world champion went viral for an odd reason. When a couple of accounts tweeted that younger fans have never seen Mysterio compete without a mask on, Rey started trending when more and more accounts started mentioning him and his unmasking in WCW. WCW did take away Rey's mask, but Mysterio was allowed to wear it again when he joined WWE, and hasn't been forced to remove his mask in 19 years with the company. Of course, that's still not out of the question, but given how many masks WWE is able to sell thanks to the Ultimate Underdog, fans can expect to see Rey's mask firmly on his head for a very long time. With Wrestlemania now just days away, tensions are expectantly high in WWE, and those tensions boiled over in recent days. On Talking Smack, Natalya and Tamina had some harsh words for the other tag teams in WWE's women's division, and this caused quite a reaction from Lana and Naomi. Whilst Lana tried to calm her partner down, Naomi was furious with what was said, calling Natalya and Tamina words that had to be censored. WWE currently doesn't have a women's tag title match booked for WrestleMania, but judging by these reactions, the story is already in place. Over to WWE's corporate side, as the company should release their earnings report soon, but they'll be doing so without an important document. On WrestleNomics Radio, Brandon Thurston said that WWE hasn't released a proxy statement, which is a document the SEC requires that discusses what is brought up in their annual meetings. The fact that WWE doesn't have a proxy statement is very concerning for investors, especially as they have dropped it on schedule for the past decade. And after making record profits in 2020, it makes us wonder what WWE has in store for investors the next time they release their numbers. Despite record profits, WWE released hundreds of names last April, and one of them was Brian Myers. Known in WWE as Curt Hawkins, Myers wasn't just a superstar, as in an interview with Fightful, he revealed that when he was injured in 2018, Vince McMahon handpicked him to be a producer. Myers shadowed producers and helped put matches together. McMahon told him he'd like to see Myers become a full-time producer when his in-ring career's over. Now Myers is in Impact Wrestling, and we'll have to see if he returns to WWE and takes Vince up on the offer when the time is right. Vince McMahon clearly knows about making big decisions in WWE, but that doesn't always mean he gets his way. Older fans will remember the October 14th, 2002 Raw, where Chris Jericho and Christian had their bags stolen by the Dudley Boys, which culminated in Little Spike Dudley pulling off the towels the two Canadians were wearing. On Talk is Jericho, Y2J explained how Vince McMahon wanted the segment to go, saying, "Vince wanted us to go out to the ring in our towels because all of our gear was stolen, and throughout the show, we were trying to find where our stuff is. and we go to the ring where Bubba has our stuff and Spike comes and pulls our towels off, and Vince wanted us to be completely naked. Whilst the towels were ripped off, Jericho and Christian were wearing some nude-colored underwear, and given that Vince's idea also included their bags be full of women's lingerie, it's probably for the best that the boss didn't get exactly what he wanted. A few weeks ago, we reported on Jason Jordan's wife, April Everhart, who called the WWE producer out as an adulterer who cheated on her with several women. One woman even claimed that she had fallen pregnant during an affair with Jordan, and that was later terminated. In her initial claim, Everhart claimed that she received messages from dozens of names alleging that Jordan had been unfaithful, and now it seems that their marriage is coming to an end. After marrying in 2017, Everhart's Facebook account now says that the pair are separated, and we're hoping that both parties can remain civil throughout this difficult situation. Back to the ring, and although WWE have said that the championship match between Bobby Lashley and Drew McIntyre will main event Night 1 of WrestleMania, the Scottish superstar is more than happy for another match to take that spot. Speaking to Wrestling News, McIntyre explained how this year's WrestleMania is unique, and its uniqueness means he'll be happy to either close Night 1 or be in the opening match. He explained, "When you're fighting for the championship, generally it's cool to close the show. If I'm in that opening match, that's also just as big because you get to walk out in that first match and get the crowd full of energy. All those pent-up reactions that we've been keeping inside for a year, that's going to be special." It's been reported that WWE won't have a match on the kickoff show, as they want to save the first match in over a year with live fans to be something special, fitting of WrestleMania's main card. If that's the case, McIntyre is clearly more than happy to be the first person to enter a WWE show in over a year to the roar of the crowd. And after carrying the company during one of its most difficult years, it's a fitting reward for the Scottish superstar. We've got some worrying news now, as Zelina Vega has been the victim of a massive theft. On Twitter, the former superstar tagged Wise, a money transfer company, saying that someone in Kenya has stolen $1,300 for her. Hopefully, Vega can get this money back, as details are sketchy at the moment, but all we know now is she's down $1,300 and isn't happy about it. Back to WWE, and Sami Zayn isn't happy either, which shouldn't come as too much of a surprise to the fans. Last Friday, Zayn busted a move when Logan Paul made his way to the ring, and his dance moves quickly went viral. This wasn't the kind of attention the Great Liberator was looking for, as he tweeted fans to focus on his documentary, not his dance moves. In a subsequent tweet, Zayn even claimed WWE had paid for bot accounts to share his dancing to take attention away from his documentary, and we imagine this latest conspiracy theory will make it into his next documentary. We imagine WWE's executives are too busy to send bots after Sami Zayn, and Triple H is even too busy to have a dream match. Speaking on a conference call for TakeOver Stand and Deliver, The Game was asked about a dream match put forward by AJ Styles, and admitted that Styles even spoke to him about the pair having a match. Saying he was humbled by Styles' request, Triple H said he'd love nothing more than to face the Phenomenal One, but that his busy schedule means it's not going to happen. The Game added that this didn't stop Styles from asking if he was getting closer to making the match happen, but the response, an emphatic no, was always the same. Triple H's last match was a no-contest last-minute match with Randy Orton this past January, and if The Game ever does compete again, AJ Styles is waiting for him. And we're ending today with Sheamus, who will be looking to become a 3-time United States champion when he faces Riddle at WrestleMania, and he's got a new look for the show. In fact, Sheamus' new look is an old look, as he tweeted a photo of himself on Twitter saying the Mohawk is back. In addition to the Mohawk, which Sheamus debuted following his return to TV in 2015, the Celtic Warrior is also donning some war paint, as he seems prepared for battle against the King of Bros. Whether Sheamus captures the United States title next week is yet to be determined, but the Celtic Warrior certainly looks ready for a fight on WWE's grandest stage. Well guys, that's our news for today. Please share your comments below. Also hit the like button, subscribe to our channel, and hit the bell icon to receive all notifications. And as always, thanks for watching.